Watch and read 10-20 Week 7 matchups to target 10-20 Week 7 matchups to target 635 loadings player version 2.6.2 playback state 1 FFT 10-20 Week 7 matchups to target 635 start video large play pause toggle SharX Twitter Facebook / small 320 by 180 medium 480 by 270 large 640 by 360 learn more. This video is not available. This website is not authorized to display this video. Text this video is not available. This video may have expired or is otherwise not available. Please try again in a few minutes. X This video is geo-restricted. The content you are trying to view is not available in your country due to rights restrictions. There was an error loading the video. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please try again in a few minutes. X We noticed you have an ad blocker enabled. Ads keep our content free for all to enjoy, so please turn off any ad blockers to keep watching. This video is not available on your platform. This video is not available for this device, browser, or operating system. X Live streaming is not available on your platform. Live streaming is not available for this device, browser, or operating system. X Week 7 injury reports are littered with major names, with a pair of quarterbacks at the top of that list. Meanwhile, there are also multiple potential or confirmed absences at the running back and receiver positions that will have significant fantasy impact. Without further ado, let's dive into the notable names to keep an eye on health-wise heading into Week 7. The Packers' Aaron Rodgers' collarbone was the subject of what was by far the biggest injury news of Week 6. With the perennial Pro Bowler almost certainly out for the season after breaking his clavicle against the Vikings, Rodgers could technically resume practicing in Week 13 and already had surgery Thursday, but for now, second-year man Brett Hundley will helm the Green Bay offense. Hundley was a mixed bag after entering last week's contest in emergency duty, but with a week to prepare for the Saints, he could be a productive streaming option, given the solid offensive cast around him. All of the Packers' skill position players do see a slight downturn in their fantasy prospects due to Hundley being a relatively unknown quantity, but the athletic signal caller could certainly help dispel some of the doubts with a strong effort Sunday. The Buccaneers' Jameis Winston's shoulder is set to start Sunday against the Bills after beginning the practice week in a limited capacity. Winston was back to a full practice session by Friday and took all the first-team reps without setbacks, leading head coach Dirk Koetter to declare him his starter immediately following the session. Although Winston's AC joint sprain is to his throwing shoulder, the Bucs are apparently confident enough in its fitness to have him take the field in a tough matchup. However, he's a tough player to trust this week, given the injury and a tough matchup. The Vikings' Sam Bradford knee is out once again in Week 7, providing Case Keenum another starting opportunity. Keenum will once again be without Stephon Diggs' groin and could also be missing Michael Floyd hamstring, so he could struggle to put up serviceable numbers against a Ravens secondary that's been very stingy against the pass all season. The Colts' Andrew Luck's shoulder appeared to be progressively returning to health as recently as last week, but renewed soreness in his surgically repaired right shoulder has cast a cloud over his prospects for the time being. Luck received a cortisone shot to address the problem, but his return date, which at one point had been optimistically projected to come before the end of October, has now been pushed back indefinitely. Jacoby Brissett, who's thrown for 1,209 yards and has completed 14 passes of over 20 yards in 6 starts, will continue to lead the Indy offense for the foreseeable future. Leonard Fournette is looking likely to miss the Jaguars' Week 7 battle against the Colts with his ankle injury, as per late Saturday reports. Chris Ivory, who caught 9 passes for 74 yards against the Rams in extended action in Week 6, will be the starting running back if Fournette misses, with Corey Grant likely serving as his primary backup. Meanwhile, veteran TJ Yeldon could also be activated for the first time all season, although his workload would likely be modest. View Ivory as a low-end number 2 airbay this week. The Chargers' Melvin Gordon's shoulder is listed as questionable after turning in a pair of limited practices to close out the week, but early Sunday reports have him suiting up against the Broncos on Sunday. It's a tough matchup, but you can't afford to sit him. The Titans' DeMarco Murray hamstring got back on the practice field Friday in a limited capacity. He appears headed towards a true game time call, although early Sunday morning reports indicate that he'll suit up. Derrick Henry would make for an appealing option in all formats if